think you've seen scares? Get ready for the horror of the hyena woman. In a previous video, I talked about how YouTubers were replacing many of the talk show hosts who produced all of the trash TV content. And one YouTuber that has practically taken over the niche of Oprah Winfrey is your Cynthia G. Now, your Cynthia G produces content that practically is just like the content Oprah Winfrey used to produce back in the 1980s on her channel. And your Cynthia G's channel, featuring much of this misandristic anti-black man content, has become one of the most popular YouTubers with over 100,000 subscribers. And a lot of those subscribers practically watch your Cynthia G's content because it reminds a lot of people of the same kind of content people used to watch on the Oprah Winfrey Show back in the 1980s. Now, back in the 1980s, your Oprah Winfrey came on the air with the Oprah Winfrey Show, and one of the staples as related to the Oprah Winfrey Show's narratives was producing content that presented heterosexual black men in a negative light. And your Oprah Winfrey would go out of her way with her content to present heterosexual black men as womanizers, black men as woman beaters, and black men as deadbeat dads. And the whole point of these narratives was to demonize the image of heterosexual black men so that white men could look better in comparison. Now, your Oprah Winfrey used these narratives because she knew that they were popular with your mainstream white audiences who wanted to see black men in a negative light. So your Oprah Winfrey loved promoting the whole idea of black men being irresponsible, black men not being able to take care of their families, and black men not being leaders of their families, because she knew it would get her big ratings with many of the white moderates, racists. But the whole thing is that she knows that these people would see many of their ideas about black men justified in a mainstream media platform by a black woman. And this black woman would be somebody they thought would be telling them the truth about heterosexual black men based on her experiences with heterosexual black men. And that is the main reason why Oprah Winfrey rose to popularity, but most people didn't know that your Oprah Winfrey really had many interactions with heterosexual black men. In actuality, your Oprah Winfrey had relationships with Roger Ebert and John Tesh and was heavily involved with white men. But she promoted herself as this guru of narratives against black men, and that's one of the things that made her popular. And that's the same type of audience that your Cynthia G appeals to. She goes out here promoting anti-black man narratives in the same vein of an Oprah Winfrey, and promotes those narratives to people on YouTube the same way Oprah Winfrey used to promote them on her Oprah Winfrey Show, which was seen here in New York City on ABC TV. Because your Oprah Winfrey is no longer on the air, this led a void for your Cynthia G to capitalize on, and this is why your Cynthia G is very popular on YouTube, is because she's promoting these anti-black man narratives that were very popular on the Oprah Winfrey Show. And that's why I say that your Cynthia G is basically the new Oprah Winfrey, and she's taken over Oprah Winfrey's spot as related to the media. Now, what most people don't understand is, while the era of the trash TV talk show is over, the era of the trash YouTube live stream is up right here and right now, and we have a lot of people creating trash TV content right here on YouTube. And those people are building their platforms the same way those trash TV hosts go out here and build their platforms by presenting the worst images of the black community for the entire world to see. And what your Cynthia G is doing is being the Oprah Winfrey of YouTube. And as the Oprah Winfrey of YouTube, she is going out here using the same type of content, producing the same kinds of narratives, and producing the same kinds of media that fit the taste of that same audience. And that audience is sitting there buying into her narratives about beta male minstrels and also the idea of aborting a black male child. This is the same type of misandry that your Oprah Winfrey promoted back in the 80s, but now in 2022 we have things escalated with your black man being further demonized and promoting the same idea that black boys need to be aborted before they are born. These are all white supremacist talking points, and many people don't really see how they're being indoctrinated into white supremacy, but the main viewers who like this kind of content, they buy into these white supremacist narratives, not understanding that what they're doing is listening to a white supremacist in blackface tell them to go out here and not like black men, and to go out here and not see black men in a balanced perspective. And this is one of the things that was promoted again on the Oprah Winfrey Show and is now further being promoted on the Cynthia G platform. And what's really disturbing is most people don't see how we are transitioning from your trash TV to your trash social media, and how this content is practically mirroring itself, and how many of these YouTubers are actually jockeying for position so that they can go out here and be on the top of the trash stream platform and go out here and build their trash platforms. So that's what's happening with your Cynthia G, who I see is the modern day Oprah Winfrey, and is out here being just like Oprah. And it's just a matter of time before she goes out here and says, you get a white man, you get a white man, you get a white man, similar to what happened with your Oprah when she was giving out Pontiac G6s, because she oftentimes promotes the idea of white men over black men. And again, Oprah Winfrey used to promote the idea of white men over black men on her platform, and we're seeing the same thing done here. So a lot of people are thinking, that the TV talk show is ending because they're seeing shows like Maury and Ellen DeGeneres leaving the air. No, the content is migrating, and we're seeing new people rising up, and those new people are rising up on social media, becoming the same stars, promoting the same kinds of content. And while the faces change, the content doesn't change, the narrative doesn't change. And the only reason why they're putting this content on social media is because, one, they know they can access the younger viewers, and two, they know that this content is cheaper to produce than an Oprah Winfrey show. Because back in the day, yes, you could pay Oprah millions of dollars, but now the production companies no longer need to pay an Oprah Winfrey when they've got a Cynthia G who will do their work for them, and they can get her to do that work for pennies on the dollar, because she's paying for her own place, she's filming her own place in her own set, and the whole thing is done so cheap that they don't have to pay anything outside of AdSense dollars, and that's pennies on the dollar compared to what they're making. So your Cynthia G is the new Oprah Winfrey, and just like your Kevin Samuels is the new Steve Harvey. It's all those people who had talk shows are being replaced by YouTubers, and they're bringing trash TV straight from the landfill straight to your computer, and that means that you don't have to turn on your TV to watch any trash TV, because you can get that content on YouTube for free. If you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. And if you want to pick up some of my books, feature of like why 70% of black women are single, you can find those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them on Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, ISIS Legacy. The sorority secrets of the goddess next door are revealed in this all-new ISIS series adventure. Get ISIS Legacy in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere.